It is episode 51 of the We'll Just Agree.
Did you say we'll just? Oh, wait. Rewind the tapes. Did you say we'll just?
There's no way in the world we are on episode 51 and you're about to mess up this intro.
No, because did you say we'll just disagree?
We'll just agree.
Something didn't sound right. I didn't have my volume all the way up. All right, let's rewind that.
This is a trip.
I can do it. All right, guys, episode 51 of the We'll Just Agree
to Disagree
podcast. I am Ryan Lee.
And I'm Beyonce Fox. That is just so
It's really sad that 52 weeks, we're about to be at 52 weeks, and we still can't get this intro down.
And 52 weeks translates into what? A whole year.
I was like, where's she going with that? A whole year.
Yeah, a year. I'm excited, man. What's up to everybody who is watching or listening? We appreciate the comments and the love. Thank you guys so very much. I love it. I was in the coffee shop the other day and Christy came. Christy is a publicist and she's like, oh my God, Beyonce, I love y'all podcast.
I love it.
It feels so good when people just stop and podcast and say how much they love it and how funny you are. So yeah, it's good.
Well, y'all just pray for me because I deal with Beyonce and she swear we think we always right, but y'all see what I deal with. So I love when people DM us and be like, Ryan, I can't even believe she said that. And I'm just like, so now y'all know why my reaction be the way it is. Like, yeah.
Example, because I need to know.
Examples.
I can't believe she said that.
Episode 52, we can go through all the examples we need to. Matter of fact, for the 1 year episode, we're going to count down some of our favorite moments of the year before we even started on YouTube. Because remember, when we first started this podcast, we were just on the iHeartRadio app. Now we're on the app and we're on the YouTube channel where they can watch us. So we're going to have to go and find some of our favorite moments for next week's episode of the podcast. Okay.
I just want to know who said what about me. That's all.
I got multiple DMs. I'm going to have to slide through for that.
Multiple. Oh my gosh, it's all in fun. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares? Okay, so today on this episode, we are talking about, what are we talking about, Ryan?
You said something with luxury items.
Oh yeah, like where has tradition gone? You know what I mean? Like,
explain with that when you say that, B. Because do you mean
like,
tradition as
the way things are typically done in a certain manner or way that's appropriate for the situation, the time, the place, the occasion. I don't know what better way to put it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure the average person can figure out what I'm talking about. Not necessarily just luxury, but that's included in it. Things have just changed. We no longer live in a society where tradition prevails. It's almost like it's thrown out the window, Okay. And I can give you a couple of categories and examples. I wrote a few things down. Just basic proper etiquette. Just having proper etiquette. For instance, men who hold the doors open for women.
Yes.
I do still see it sometimes.
Yeah.
But I also see a lot of times where our brothers are just walking in and the girl is right behind him and he's not even holding the door for her.
No, now I have been taught, my parents, my dad specifically, and my mom have taught you hold the door open. Like, we would always have to open the door for my mom to get into the car. And if we didn't do it, she would just stand out there and then you'd be like, oh, I got to go get the door open. So I do agree with that. I don't see that all the time. But B, if I'm going to be completely honest and real in this conversation, for this example alone, I think there's some things that men still do want to do to show that chivalry still lives. But we are in a day and age where a lot of females want to say, I'm independent. I don't need a lot of help. And there are some things that you now can open a door for a female. And one, they don't even say thank you. Or two, they'll keep looking as if you were in their way. Or three, you opening the door, they looking at you like, now, oh, he trying to talk to me because I opened the door. Attitudes and independence do play a factor in some of these quote unquote traditions, because we can even speak on now how you may have more stay-at-home dads and the mom wants to go out and live her dream and do blase, blase, blase. So I think for these examples, if we're going to talk about the men and the women and who runs the household or opens a simple door, it may be the day and age that we lived in where now women are trying to be more, type A leaders and stuff, which I love to see, but that may take away from some of the roles that you are used to.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with everything you just said. However, a simple holding the door open, I mean, it just, I guess it bothers me more so when I actually see a man going through the door and the woman's behind him and he's not even like really even keeping it open for her. It's just like he's just going through and then she's behind him.
No, that's just whack.
I have a slight problem with that. And I see it a lot. And I see it with younger people, of course, but I've seen it with middle-aged and older people too. And I'm just like, wow, come on, man. Chivalry can't die altogether. So that's just one example, just one. Another is what is another one? Walking. Oh wait, I can't read my own handwriting. That's really bad.
Wait.
Oh,
Wait. No.
I didn't even read my own handwriting.
Behind the scenes, time out on the play, podcast family. I talk to Beyonce all the time about Beyonce. What does this even say? You can't even tell me. She's like, yeah, it just says this. It says this. And will try to yet again make me feel like I'm the crazy one. Show them the paper, B. Show them the paper. Who can even read what that says? You're lucky the lighting really didn't show it. I say to say, yet again, like what does that even say? So yet again, this is why we get the DMs about you, B, because you say I'm crazy, but I've been telling you for the longest, B, you can't even read your own handwriting.
I can't read it. I just couldn't read it.
Continue.
So, letting women, wait. What? Oh, letting women sit down, Ryan. Like, every blue moon, I'll hop on a CTA bus to go down the street or whatever. Like, dude, let a woman have the seat.
Oh, no, I ain't gonna front, B. That's been gone.
Like 22.
That's been gone a long.
Like 55 or 65, and you're gonna let her stand and you keep the seat? That bugs me.
I'm not gonna front. That's been gone a long time. I still, like I said, my parents, and I'm grateful, they really did insist a lot of these in us. Like, yo, you want to sit here? Like, I can stand. So I still do it, I think, out of nature. But I think that's been going a long time. I think another reason that we can attest this is because they may not have had the growing up raising that some of us did. You know what I'm saying? So I came from a two-parent household where they taught us how to treat one another, open the door, let the woman sit, blase, blase. If you now have women that are grandmas at the age of 20 and 30 out here, you get what I'm saying? I'm just throwing numbers out here.
I get it.
But I think it's the generational gaps.
Yeah.
As there's more young parents who may not have been raised with that traditional, you get married, you have a job, you get a house, you have kids, this is how you treat them. If you have younger and younger and younger, you know what I'm saying? Like bloodlines.
I get it, but I still it just seems like whether you're really, really taught that or not, it just seems like that should be a common sense move.
But how do you know that's a common sense thing if you were never really taught that that's the common sense way? How do you not, if a person does not know that it's morally correct for Beyonce to have the seat and not himself, I can't judge that if he's never been taught that. He may not know that it's supposed to be correct for the female to sit down.
Some of these boys be knowing. They just don't.
And some of these boys be knowing and they don't care.
Yeah, I get it. But I'm just giving you reasons on how I think tradition is being broken. Like, these are just some of the small things. I haven't even gotten to some of the other categories. Helping people, with their luggage. You get off an airplane, your luggage is in the overhead bin, and there are men standing right there, but this woman is struggling to get it down. Nobody lends a hand.
Now, I will say,
just common sense.
But in that, no, but B, in that sense, I can't agree with that one because I see that happen a lot still. I have truly seen, whether it's me, my dad, another guy next to, I've even seen women helping another woman. Like I still do see that because everyone's like, yo, we all got to get this luggage off together. So let's That one I still see often. I gotta say that.
Hmm. It's not good. What happened to tradition of just helping? It's called courtesy, common courtesy. That's it. What you got?
Okay, I have traditions of, let's talk about traditions of weddings. Because one thing, not even about weddings, events. And I think we may have touched on this before or off camera.
Hmm.
Do you think the tradition of an RSVP is still a thing?
Yeah,
Really?
I think even more so now.
Okay, well, take COVID out. Yes, because I agree. Pandemic,
Yeah,
really, yes.
yes.
But
People need to know.
even
I'm
before
dropping
pandemic,
coin on an event. I need an RSVP from you. Are you coming or not? Like, I'm sorry. It depends on the event, though. If the event
yes,
is more on the formal side, then
yes.
absolutely, I need an RSVP from you. If I'm just having a party at the lounge down the street and I need to know how many people are going to get there so I can know how many hors d'oeuvres to order, if you don't RSVP, I'm not going to trip that hard. But a wedding or a cotillion or, you know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
I do agree that if it's a formal thing, then you do have to RSVP. Like
Yeah.
I just RSVP'd for 2 weddings coming up. But if it's like Beyonce hit me up to go to her birthday party, I've lost the tradition of knowing the importance of an RSVP. So
Mhm.
I don't really be, oh, I got to RSVP. And it's probably bad of me because I know it's like they're doing it for a reason. You're doing it to know how much food you need or how much
Yeah.
this you need. So how much money do you need to spend? But I feel like our generation is so, we'll decide the day of, the night of, the hour of, if we're going, that I don't like to say yes and commit to something if I may change my mind. And then you're looking at me sideways because I said I'm coming, but I changed my mind.
But you can honestly sit there and tell me that if you get a text from someone saying, "Hey, I want you to invite you to this comedy gig I got going on," woo woo, you're not going to blow that person off, Ryan. You're going to give them some sort of answer. Am I right?
Yeah, my answer will be, oh, that's what's up, man. Like, I'll let you know if I can come through or I'll see if I can come.
Okay, and when will you do that?
The day of, the hour of.
Okay, well, in a sense, you're still kind of giving some sort of heads
Yeah,
up
it's
that
some type of RSVP. But I know people that are like, when they throw events, they hate sending out RSVPs because a lot of times people won't even respond to them and then will show up or don't show up.
true, but then you have apps nowadays where you'll know if a person's coming or not because they
True.
have to get on the list or do Eventbrite or just whatever
Right.
it is.
It's true.
So in that regard, it works out. Let's go back to some other traditions here. Men who wear hats in a restaurant.
You're saying
You
there's
can
a,
call it old school. You
hold
can
on,
call it
hold on. No. You're saying there's an issue with that?
in certain instances. Yeah, it is. It's
To wear a hat?
inappropriate. I'm just saying what the
Y'all wear
tradition
hats on
is.
your head all the time when you wear a weave and a wig, but we don't say nothing.
But we're not talking about women. For men, traditionally, you remove a hat when you go into a restaurant or a place of worship and things like that. And that is just gone out the window.
Okay.
People don't do that
I'm
anymore.
so glad you brought up a place of worship because I'm so glad you brought this up. I whew, I feel like, speaking of another tradition, churches have changed with tradition. There's
Mhm.
now a lot more contemporary churches, non-denominational. There are a lot of more trendy millennial churches, which I love. And there's some that I watch online. I love now
Mhm.
seeing church where you can wear whatever. Because I never have truly understood. I've grown up with the tradition of it's Sunday morning, you get dressed up, you look your best. I've grown up with that. I've grown up with
Yeah.
the Easter suits.
Yeah.
Even as I got older, I started to feel like, okay, I'm kind of testing the waters. Like there'll be some outfits that I was like, can I wear this hoodie to church? Like, but I'll be like, why does it matter what I wear? I have been at a church, I'm not going to name the church, that it was during prayer service.
Mhm.
Now listen, for me to go to church during the week, I'm really trying to go to heaven. Okay. And I went to prayer service during the week. So that's already says a lot in itself. And I came from work. I look like I do now. Y'all may not see the full me. Beyonce sees me. She looks at me every day and judges me. I got to be up at 4 a.m.
Ryan,
I be
I
up at
do
4
not.
a.m. So I be looking like a bum, but I don't care. Right. I went straight from work to prayer
Oh my God.
service. And while
Mhm.
being in the middle of prayer service, and I truly felt like it was me and God, I had got a tap on my shoulder from security to take my hat off.
My point exactly.
I was, first of all, I never could fully get back in touch because that blew me. You interrupted my moment with him to worry about a hat. I am just affirmed. I love a church now where people wear hats, beanies, hoodies. If the Bible says, come as you are, where did y'all say that meant you can't wear this and that? Please explain that to me.
I mean, it's facts. It's just not in church. It's everywhere. It's in restaurants, like I said. That's been a long-standing tradition for many years, and I should have done the history on where it came from, but it's just a respect thing. You remove your hat, especially when you go to church. That has nothing to do with millennials, old school, new school, nothing. That's just been a tradition, period. When you sing the national
No, it does
anthem,
because it's an old school tradition. If you look at these newer churches and these churches where millennials go to, or you look at Maverick City, the biggest gospel group right now, do you think they say when they go on stage, we can't wear a hat because we're going into church? No, they wear hats, they wear beanies, they wear all that. But if you look at an older choir who has been around and is going to sing more of your traditional gospel songs, they may not do the robes no more, but you dang sure not going to see a hat and a hoodie. I'm just confused, and I would love for someone to explain to me, when the Bible says, come as you are, when did the church decide we're going to redirect what those rules mean? And why someone is, and I'm going so hard because I'm an avid hat wearer.
I know, and I get it, but I didn't make the rule. I'm just telling you that's a long.
But do you agree with the rule?
That is going away. That's the only point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying I have a problem with it, but men are to remove their hats when they go in certain places.
And do you agree with that? But do you agree if we're going into a restaurant, I should remove the hat?
I don't disagree with it. If that's what the tradition is and that's what people feel comfortable with you doing, if that's their establishment and they ask you to remove it and that's what they want you to do, if you don't, then maybe you shouldn't go to that restaurant. Or if the guy who tapped you in church, the usher who tapped you in church, if he says, may you please remove your hat, I would hope out of respect, that's something that you would do because that's just a long-standing tradition. I'm not saying right. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just more of a respect thing. Like when you sing the national anthem, men remove their hats. We put our hands over our hearts. Doesn't mean that's what we want to do or we have to, but it's just an unwritten, long-standing tradition of respect. That's all it is.
I definitely agree. Like when they asked me, of course, I was like, I got you. But that honestly was my first time dealing with that. So I was confused on, I can't wear a hat. Okay, and that's where it confuses me, is that the men can't wear it, but then the women next to me can have a hat on. That's where I was confused with. So I think I just don't understand maybe if Jay-Z can be in the room and walk into a restaurant, but he has a hat on, or it could be the classiest man ever, but they have a hat on. What does a hat have to do if I have the proper etiquette or class to sit at your table or to sit in your church?
I'm agreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that's an unwritten, longstanding tradition that men remove their hats in certain instances. And I'm just saying that tradition is like going.
It's fading out, which I like.
I still see it. I see guys your age or younger. They'll come in with their baseball cap on. They'll sit at the table and they'll take it off. Apparently their parents or their ancestors taught them that tradition. So that's why I said I don't think it's necessarily an age thing, because I know people younger than you that still do it. So apparently someone told them about it. You know what I mean? And there are things that are appropriate and inappropriate in church. Since we're on the whole church piece, I do believe in come as you are. I belong to a non-denominational church. I got on a hoodie right now. I got on some Converse, some Chuck Taylors, some faded jeans. I can go to church like this every Sunday. As a matter of fact, I do. And I feel great about it because like you said, come as you are. I don't have to be sitting in a church where everything's so pretentious and, oh my God, look what Beyonce's wearing to church. I don't deal with any of that at the church I go to. And I love it because I focus on ministry and the word and getting out of there, not who's doing what I don't do all of that. I don't have to. But my point is there's still tradition that needs to be followed. You still have to come to church with a certain type of class or something about yourself. Women who come to church and they're wearing yoga pants and a shirt, a midriff, that's not acceptable. And Ryan, you cannot sit there and tell me if someone walked in church next to you down a pew wearing yoga pants that are super tight, that it looks like their skin in a midriff, that you're not going to say something about that. You cannot honestly sit there and say you're not gonna be like, oh my God, what is she wearing? Come on now, facts.
I've been, and I'm gonna be for real. I've been in church all my life. That would not surprise me at this point because I have seen it all.
It may not surprise you, but would you agree that that's inappropriate for church?
Would I agree? And I would think in my mind, like, now why you got that on? Yes. But in the same sentence, is it wrong for me even to say that and think that? Yes. Because we can't just say 2 seconds ago that we believe come as you are, and then we judging this person who came as they are. And a lot of times, and it's easy for us to judge, and we all do it, and we're all guilty of it. But a lot of times, you may not know the backstory that if that girl didn't have no other clothes to wear, but she said, I needed to go to church today in order to save my life before she do something she regrets. Who are we to say, sorry, ma'am, you can't come in because you have those yoga pants. So we hope you make it another day, but you can't come in that way. That's not, I don't think what Jesus would want, and I don't think that's what the Bible says. But will the flesh in me look and be like, now what you got on? Yes, I've done that. Like I said, I've been to the choir. I've seen it. We have seen it all. Like, and you know you on camera this Sunday. Why are you wearing that? Yes, we all do that. But I wouldn't do it if the guy walked in with the baseball hat.
Okay, let's talk about another category of tradition going away. And this is a big one. Woo, I dropped my paper on this one. Hold on. Customer service. Woo!
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness. How many times have you and I gone to restaurants here in the building to grab a bite or something?
Call them out, B.
And the customer service, I can't do
what restaurant you talking about, B?
No.
We ain't got no sponsorship on this podcast.
I may.
Oh, well, let me know what's, hold on. Let me know what's up.
But no, I'll never call out
I know.
Potential client. But yeah, customer service, what happened to it? What happened to the tradition of true customer service? It's right in the name, customer service. Now, I'm not bougie out here where everything you have to fall at my feet when it comes to certain things. No, but whatever happened to, ma'am, I can help you find that. Yeah, you're gonna have to Google it and just call yourself.
Can I say what I think happened to it, especially in this time period? Especially in the time period that we're living in right now. A lot of people did not want to have to go back to work. A lot of people were making more money off of unemployment during the pandemic and did not want to come back to work. And if for some reason now you're going back to work, you're not going back happy and you don't want to be there. And I truly believe that's why a lot of times now in this day and age, we're dealing with a lot of attitudes when we go to see people. Or it's the flip side. There are people that have stayed at work even during the pandemic. All their coworkers have left, are not coming back. And now this one person is working double the jobs. I feel my help coming. Is doing all this extra work and they don't have no other help. But then now you irritated when you've then worked a triple or a double shift because somebody didn't come in. You're grateful for the money, but human nature, you're gonna be pissed. So I do feel like in this day and age, I can give some legit reasoning. But before pandemic, no, customer service went out the door. I know I was trained when I worked at H&M, I worked at DSW. I'm going to give you the best experience one-on-one that you've ever had. So when you come back in, I literally had people come back in and say, Ryan, my friend's getting married and I now want you to help with her wedding party to find the right shoe like you helped me. That's what I was raised on. That starts at the head of the store. If your store manager does not pride in that, if your district manager does not pride in that, if your company does not pride in that, if the CEO of the company parents did not teach them that, it's all a trickle-down effect, in my opinion. And then that's why you have certain places that me and Beyonce be ready to fight when we order a simple, I'm sorry, I can't talk too much. That's why I think it happens.
All I know is I am a lover of good customer service. When I get good customer service, guess what? Your tip is going to be amazing. Guess what? I'm going to be a repeat customer, therefore putting a big commission in your pocket. It has a trickle down effect. I mean, I don't mind hitting Google, trying to call a store to see if they got the shoe in my size. I don't mind that, but it's all in your approach, how you talk to me, how, I'm about to spend some coin on a handbag or something, and you tell me, oh, I can't call them. They probably busy right now anyway. You can just look them up on Google and call yourself and see if they have it.
I'm
Really?
not. I'm not gonna front. I did that before. If I have a long line of people to ring out, and Beyonce wants me to call every store in Chicago for this boot, no, you can go home and do the same thing that I'm about to do for you right now.
It's not a long line. I'm the only person there, Ryan.
No.
Certain things just went out the window. Tradition, it's going out the window. There was a time when, and probably our parents, not necessarily my generation or my age group, but there was a time where you could go to like a department store. In that department store, they would have a black book. They would list your name, your shoe size, your top size, your jean size, and they would call you and be like, "Ooh, Beyonce, we got these new boots in size 8, right?" Oh no, they didn't even ask because they already knew what size I was. "Hey, you want to come in and try them on?" Bam. That type of customer service will never ever
Yeah,
exist
never.
again. I get it, but I'm just saying, man, isn't that great customer service? Wouldn't you love if someone waited on you like that? I do a lot of my own research. I mean, come on, we got the internet. It takes 2 seconds to find what you're looking for. That's not the point. The point is, if I'm dropping coin and I'm in here every other week buying something from you, and this one time I just need you to find this one item and you can't, but yet you're on your cell phone. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
and I agree to a certain extent. I think sometimes customers expect us to do the absolute most for them. And I don't think in every situation I have to do the absolute most. I think I can do my job and I can do the requirements. And I think it's up to me and how I feel towards that customer if I want to go above and beyond. I may know Beyonce loves these black boots and we may get them in and I'm be like, "Beyonce, I finally got that size 8 you've been waiting for." Yeah, if I have that relationship and if I got the time on my hands and if I want to go above and beyond, yes. But do I think that's always the job requirements or the job that training? No.
Yeah. I just wish it existed in some instances. Again, when you are a repeat customer, when you spend a good
Oh,
amount
best
of
believe. There were some customers that I knew the moment I saw them walk in, I'm going to take care of you. Because at the end of the day, when you have a loyal customer, that means you have a loyal money coming in. That means you have loyal sales coming in. That means you are not losing a job and you're not having to let go of people and cut sales and vice versa. They should tell you, especially if you're in retail customer service, when you having your morning huddles, what's your sale day? What's that goal we need? Okay, we only need 3,000 more. What little things can you do to get one customer to spend more money that adds up to meeting that goal? So yeah, they definitely have those topics, but you know,
I just like good customer service, period. You know, I know people have bad days. You never know what someone's going through in their situation in life. And, you know, you may not get the best customer service sometimes, but nowadays it is just nuts. I went to a store the other day and I said, "I'm sorry, what time do you close?" And she was like, I don't know. She worked there, Ryan. She didn't know what time the store closed. So I Googled it and they closed at 9 o'clock. If you are an employee, how do you not know what time your store closes?
working, girl.
Customer service, man, out the window, out the window. Just a few more things. Just being loud and boisterous and stuff in certain situations, that tradition is just gone out the window. Politeness and kindness and humility and things like that. Um, uh, the way people speak around the elderly, you know, blasting your music, just being disrespectful. What happened to helping the little old lady across the street? You see a little lady struggling with her bags from Aldi, and you're like right next to her. And, "Ma'am, can I help you?" I was in Walmart yesterday, and there was this lady in front of me at the checkout, just struggling to put one item on the little thingy that rolls the. I said, "Ma'am, may I please help you?" She's like, "No, I got it, sweetie. I got it." And she just like lit up because apparently maybe no one ever asked her that. And then once she was gone from the register and I was next, she dropped her cane. So I ran over and picked her cane up for her, and her little eyes started watering. She's like, "Thank you so much, baby. Thank you." Like those small little things. I don't care where you are in life or how you were raised or reared or brought up or whatever. Some things are just human
I agree with that. No, I agree with that. Sometimes
just
when I talk to
help one another, be kind to one another. be respectful to one another. When I hear these kids out here, when I say kids, I mean literally kids, 9, 10, 11 years old, using all kinds of vulgar stuff. And they're like 60 and 70 and 80-year-olds standing right in their presence.
It's
To me,
cringe.
that kind of stuff, it's just,
Yeah.
it makes me
It's
cringe.
cringe. It's cringe.
Yeah, it's just like, wow, what happened to respect and tradition? And
I think this all goes back to what I said at the beginning of the episode as we wrap it up, is what happened to two-parent households, what happened to, you go to school, not even go to school, you do whatever, you get married, and then you have kids. I think we are in a day and age where there's a lot of grandmas that are still at the club.
mhm.
And I think, unfortunately, I believe that plays a major role in, you can see a whole group of people together. You'd be like, wait, who's the mama? Who's the daughter? Who's the girl? What?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I do think that plays a lot. But I mean, this could be an ongoing conversation because I think there's always going to be on a daily a tradition that's probably slowly fading away.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
I believe in tradition, but I also am very, very with the times. I get it. I love change. Change never bothers me. That's like my best friend. I love things and I love how to evolve and things to change, but there's certain things that it's like you just don't want that to go away. And
I agree.
unfortunately, it is. It is what it is.
I
But
agree.
that was episode 51. We're coming up on a year next week. Wow.
52. So we'll start looking at some of our favorite moments of the podcast or topics or guests or whatever it can be. Let
Can you screenshot me some of these DMs, please? Because just
no. Let me know, guys. Let us know on our YouTube channel what are some of your favorite moments next week too, or anything that you want us to highlight or talk about that happened in 52 weeks of the We'll Just Agree to Disagree podcast. Make sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel and follow us on social media at We'll Just Agree to Disagree. I am Ryan.
you know what? To celebrate our 1 year, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
Maybe they could just like DM some questions.
That could be dope.
Yeah,
They could
DM us
DM some questions.
anything you want to ask
Yes.
for Ryan Lee. We will totally answer it, and we're gonna keep it 100. Okay, period.
This could go real bad.
Can it?
Yeah, really bad.
Okay, let's do it.
But no, that's dope. I like that. So any questions you guys have, DM us anything. It could be, never mind, let me not get in trouble. All right, we'll be back 1 year episode next week, episode 52. I'm Brian Lee. Peace.
And I'm Beyonce Fox. Follow me at Beyonce Fox everywhere. Mwah.